Hello and welcome to Are We Convinced, the podcast where we deep dive into the strange, the funny, the serious topics that have captured our attention throughout the week. I'm Tyree.
I'm Peter. You sound a little bit better. You still sound a little bit snuffly this week, I must say.
Yeah, I still feel not great, but
Why is it that everyone is sick at the minute?
funny you should say that because I have met no one that is sick. It's
Okay.
just me. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, touch wood. I'm okay at the minute. So
That's good. Yeah,
there's
hopefully.
there's no man flu about.
Man flu.
Yeah. No, but seriously though, I know several people who've been sick for weeks, and it's like,
Really?
yeah. Okay, so first thing is that last night, this is quite. I'm finding myself doing things in life now just to talk about it. I have to have like an interest in life now. If every week I'm going to be having to talk about something.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of bursted all of my boundaries and I tried something for the first time last night, which I think everyone should try.
What did you try?
It can be seen, I guess, in years gone past. It can seem as a very feminine thing to do.
This
Okay,
is a good start, okay?
but I feel, and I feel I always thought that, so I feel I never went near it. Well, the thing that I did try was a face mask,
Okay.
and
No judgment here.
no, I have mixed opinions of it now. So,
Okay.
um, I don't now think that it's a very feminine thing to do because I woke up this morning and I looked in the mirror and I said, this is the exact words I said to myself in the mirror. I said, my face looks younger. Those are the exact words that I said in the mirror.
Oh, this is great.
And I feel like I've just opened up a new world. I was going to say side of me. I don't think that's right, but it's just a
Now,
whole new world.
was this your idea to try the face mask?
No,
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 I didn't. No, I didn't think so. I didn't
no.
think.
I was forced into it, to be fair. Because I was promised that it will be such a relaxing thing. You can do that. You can maybe watch a wee bit of TV, and you'll feel so relaxed after it, and you peel it off, and you'll feel like a brand new person. I
Oh,
have
like
to say,
a cloth mask.
yeah.
Oh, those ones are the best. They are so much fun.
Now it wasn't fun about 5 minutes into it when I felt that I couldn't breathe. I
Right?
felt that it was choking me from the outside
How on
because
earth?
I almost felt like I had like a motorcycle helmet on, where it was just so gripping and so hard, and then I couldn't move anything. I felt like I was having surgery, like I couldn't move my cheeks or my forehead.
I suppose it does have that effect. But I can't say I've ever felt like a peel off mask is making me feel claustrophobic.
I just don't know what was that part wasn't relaxing. The only good thing about it was taking it off.
It is fun taking the peel off masks off.
I must say it was like peeling a layer of my skin off.
Yeah, you kind of feel like a snake or a
Yeah,
lizard. Like you imagine that's how they would feel
yeah,
whenever their skin's coming off.
100%. Like I felt like I was reborn again.
Well, your skin looked younger, so it must have worked.
Do you do face masks?
Yeah.
Right. And is this kind of thing that you have to do every night?
No, you don't do it every night.
Okay. I
You,
was
you
going to say
do
it's
it.
a big commitment. Like if you
Yeah,
had to.
yeah. Usually do it maybe once a week. I don't really get
And
time to have the luxury of face masks.
yeah.
I'm always doing something, but it's nice. It is nice because you feel like it's a reward. Same with whenever you put a hair mask in because you know that it's gonna take
Sorry, what?
a hair mask.
Would that not rip your hair out if you put it in your hair?
No, Peter, this is a completely different thing. It's a
Okay.
mask for your hair, but it's not like a peel off mask. There's different types of face masks. You got the peel off
Hmm.
mask. There's
Yeah.
clay masks and sheet masks and all that
The
jazz.
ones you put on, the ones that you look like a puppet on. You look like a puppet on when you put it on.
Actually, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a very good
Yeah.
representation of that. Um, yeah, but hair masks, you can either get a wee cap with like the stuff in the cap, or else it's kind of just like it's like a conditioning mask. But they usually take it. You have to leave them in for about 10 minutes or so, before you can wash it out. So you know that you need to go for an extra long shower if you're gonna go do something like that.
See, that's where it gets too. No, that's too much detail for me.
It's too much for you.
Oh, it's too. No, that's too much of a commitment.
No.
Um, I feel, I feel like I could do the face mask now and again, but again, do you know what it was? Actually, it was the anxiety when I put it on in case something happened.
Do you think you're
So,
gonna have like allergic reaction or something?
oh no, that's that. Well, yeah, well, not, I didn't think of that actually. Now you've said that,
Said
because there
that.
was so many different types that that there was a coffee one in this little pack. There was the pink one, and then there was this like weird black one. Is
Oh,
what
I
that
would
was.
like
It was.
the black one. I don't know what that's about, but I like the color black.
It said it was like heavy duty. Whatever
Heavy
that means.
duty.
Yeah, whatever that means. Or maybe it wasn't heavy duty. I don't know. But no, not. I fear that say there's a fire in your house, or say that someone comes to the door. It's just, in that situation, like, what do you do?
At that point, you just have to own it. That's it. You just have to be like, this is nothing to me. I wear my face masks and what?
No, I would just be very embarrassed. Yeah. So face masks are a tick box then.
Yes.
You're convinced by face masks.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't convinced, but I now am convinced that it was. What does it actually do to your skin? That was my question.
Depends which one you have.
Because
And
it
that is
literally felt like it was ripping, like even like bits of hair that were like around this area. I felt like it was ripping bits out of my skin.
they have a whole pile of different benefits. They help clear the pores, get the dirt and the grease away, help brighten the skin, make you look younger, just like you
Hmm.
said.
Yeah, I was glowing.
You were glowing.
There you are. Well, you never know. That could be a new thing of mine. Next week, you can see me sitting here with a face mask on. You can't talk though with a face mask on. I've realised you can't
No, you
wrinkle it.
can't. As long as you didn't put it over your stubble, did you?
I did a little bit. I kind of went up just about the line here, and then I realised when I started to peel it off, it was sorer than I was expecting it to be.
That's definitely a good thing.
Yeah.
I want to know, are you convinced the shape of pasta changes the taste?
I mean, first thing, I've never thought of it, but now you say it, I feel like it almost does.
Really?
One thing about pasta is I don't know the names of pasta, but the wee
I
twirl.
don't. The wee what? The wee
I was
twirlings?
gonna say the wee twirly one. What's the wee twirly one called?
Fusilli? No, I'm no Italian genius. I'm probably 100% botching these names, but I know how to spell it.
I feel like the wee twirly ones taste different to like spaghetti.
Fusilli? Fusilli? Fusilli?
Is spaghetti pasta? Yeah. Is spaghetti pasta? Yeah,
Yes, get
it
it.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it is. Yeah. Okay. Just because it was
I'm
hard. It was.
gonna
Yeah. Okay.
completely ignore that you just said that.
Um,
That's
oh, it's all. No, I was thinking because spaghetti's hot, like hard sticks, but they're all hard to start off with.
yeah,
Oh,
they are.
yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, I forgot that. Okay, no, forget I said that. No, I feel spaghetti tastes different to the wee tiny pasta, the wee tiny twirly ones.
But what is the need for so many different like shapes and sizes of the same thing?
I know.
Like, I can understand maybe like ravioli because it gets stuffed.
Oh, I loved ravioli. Oh my, I haven't had that in years.
Same to be fair, but it's good. Ravioli is great.
Oh, ravioli. I
You
forgot that
never,
ever.
you never really get ravioli anywhere apart from in the tins.
Yeah,
Like you would never
yeah.
go to a restaurant and be like, "Oh, can I have ravioli?" They
No,
never
you,
do it.
and you would sound you're about 8 years old.
Yeah,
I feel like it's a child's
literally.
dish.
I always go for as you call them, the wee twisty ones.
Yeah.
I think they're really nice. What we've got conchiglie, linguine,
You're
um,
you're losing me now.
farfal, farfel,
I feel like you're making these up now.
penne. I'm not making them up.
I want you to put a figure in this, right? How many different types of pasta do you think there are?
12,
A little bit higher.
15,
No, higher. You've got one more chance. Okay, I said a little bit higher. I meant significantly higher.
24.
No. 350 different types of pasta.
No, there is not.
There is, yeah.
No, there is not.
According to lafamilingro.com.
I don't believe it.
350 different types of pasta, but they can be broadly sorted into 4 categories. The one that you said, linguine,
Linguine.
tagliatelle,
Yes, tagliatelle,
a-
yes.
angel hair,
Fettuccine.
fettuccine, and also capellini. So the ones that but yeah, so they're different categories, but inside there's 350 different types.
There's no way there's that many. That's mad.
I'm actually looking at a picture of the different types of pasta, and I've never seen what's that one there? Like, it looks, that, you know what that looks like? Elastic bands.
That's fettuccine.
What would you have that with?
I assume the same as every other pasta.
But some of them are certain things. Like you wouldn't have spaghetti. You wouldn't have bolognese with like that. Like with the trying to find one that I can actually pronounce with the wee twisty one. Would you? Would you have a bolognese with a twisty one?
Yeah, you would.
Would you? See, I wouldn't. I would strictly make bolognese for the. No, I don't know which one. Spaghetti. Sorry. What are these ones? Are these like white and brown bread? But it's.
I don't know because you can get whole grain pasta.
Oh my god! I didn't know that lasagna was a pasta.
You are joking me.
I swear.
You
I
are joking
no.
me.
I thought lasagna was the name of the dish. Was when you put bolognese and cheese together. I didn't realize it was a
Well, it is
pasta.
it is the name of the dish, but you've got lasagna sheets, and the sheets are the pasta.
I did not know that.
Obviously, you know macaroni.
Yeah, I don't know that wee one there. That
No, I didn't know that one either.
vermicelli. There seems to. Do you know what? I think there's too much.
You think so?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I, can they all really taste different though, depending on the shape? I can't see it.
Think of what spaghetti would taste like. Just like I keep saying raw, but like with no sauce, and then ravioli. I think there would definitely be like a thicker taste, or like a
Well, ravioli is the only one I can say because it's stuffed.
yeah. What's this one here? It looks like a wee cookie. Have you ever had that one before?
Well,
Canderli?
planetarily. No, I've never heard of that one before. I think the best thing is people with accents around Northern Ireland trying to pronounce things from different places because
Yep,
we completely botch it, and
yep.
I don't even think it's our fault. It's just the way we say things.
Would you be someone who does a wee bit of research in the language before you go somewhere?
No, is there a specific language you would actually like to learn?
Well, see, this is the thing. They always say French is the easiest. I really struggled at school with French
Hmm.
because of the different like male and female things. But I think something like German. I know that's kind of debatable, but just something that will sound really cool when you get into it, or even something like Polish.
Really?
Yeah, because like I think with French sometimes you can almost tell what they're saying.
Yeah,
There's
you
words
can
there's
sometimes.
words that relate,
Yeah.
but something like Polish is just totally different, and you're into a completely different level.
Yeah.
I think it just sounds cool,
Hmm.
but I can't even imagine where you would start.
No,
Learning Polish. Like I don't think I would have the patience even to do that now.
really.
Yeah, yeah. To learn. Actually, do you know what? I would go as far to say I don't have patience to learn anything new now.
Vacation is over. You're out.
Yeah. Like unless I'm very interested in it, I just couldn't take it in.
I do get that though. You get to a point where you're like, I'm just done with learning
Yeah.
things.
If you could speak any language, what would it be?
I would probably go with. I'm really intrigued by Japanese.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I think it's like even just you see it in writing, it's mental. But at the same time, Russian because whenever somebody speaks Russian, you're terrified of them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
I think
I'm
that's what the German effect has on me as well, just because it is scary. Yeah.
yeah, I don't think I'm a rather terrifying person, so it might be, you know,
Yeah, they might kind of laugh a wee bit when you say it instead of be angry.
look at that. See,
That's
that is so cool.
now the only thing I would question is how far can you trust the Google Translate? But um,
What? Can you put that on a speaker to see what it sounds like?
タイリー、
Oh, I love that.
Did she just say tidy?
タイリ
You could take a wee screenshot of that and get that tattooed.
I knew you were going to say that. I
Why?
was waiting for that. And you
Why
know
do people
what?
do that?
I would probably get that tattooed on myself, and then 10 years later, someone will ask me, "Oh, what is it?" I'm like, I have absolutely no idea.
My dad, because my dad was kind of in that phase where everyone was getting tribal tattoos, and
What?
he's about like 47 probably now, and he got our names in, I think it was Chinese he went for, on each arm. I remember asking him, this is years ago, and I think he's forgot which arm says what. You were saying, because I just think over the years it's just lost him because he hasn't had to say it so often. And I
Gone.
just think it's just such a stupid thing. Like I'm not even a big fan of tattoos with names in general, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But to get it in a completely different language that you can't even read it yourself, I just think that's so bizarre. And I know it's probably if that offends a lot of people. I mean, I'm not saying that it looks awful. I'm just trying to get into the mindset of tattooing yourself with something that you can't read.
Yeah, or something that you might forget.
Yeah, yeah. Why am I a type of bread in Chinese and in Japanese?
Hira.
ー、ピータ
My name never
Uh,
changes. Even in French, it's like Pierre, so it's like it is slightly still the same.
I can't say I know what mine is in French. Probably nothing. What is
ー、
this?
プヌー、
What?
プヌー、
Pneu. Seriously,
プヌー、
that is my
Uh,
name in French.
I mean, to me, that was just a noise. It wasn't even a word.
That's a noise a child
プヌー、
makes.
Saying nothing else, but what about your full name?
I thought you were going to type in my
プヌーパトン、
ne paton.
That sounds French.
It does.
Obviously, because it is French. But you know what I mean. Like your second name, actually, no, that does have a wee.
プヌーパトン、
That works.
Do you want to put in my like full name?
Yeah, go ahead. Can I try
I
and guess what your middle name is? I don't think I know this.
honestly go for it because you'll never get it. Though there's
Never
two,
get it.
you'll never get it.
Okay, well, give me the letter. I'm not going to guess blindly.
Okay, so first one is L, and then the second middle name is B.
Okay, Lydia,
Nope.
Linda.
Nope.
All of the names beginning with L have now left me. Louise,
Nope.
Lisa.
Nope. You're never. I don't think you'll ever get it.
I'm really struggling with the names of L. Lauren,
Nope.
Laura.
Nope. L-E.
L- L- no, I don't think I'm gonna. No,
Lavana.
I would never have got that.
No.
Lavana and B. Then you said next one is.
Yep. B.
Hi, wait, how I was spelling that first? Levan, like that.
Yep.
Okay. B. B. Again, I'm struggling with names beginning with B.
I don't think you'll get this one either.
Breach.
No.
Don't know what was the first one that came in my head.
Not even a name.
Well, but anything's a name. Barbara.
No. Beryl.
What?
Beryl.
Beryl.
Mm-hmm.
B. How was spelling that? B E.
Yep. Beryl.
Beryl.
Oh, that's
Is it?
boring.
Is that part of your name already French?
I don't know.
Pneu Levana Beryl Patton.
Pneu Levana Beryl Patton.
Because it does sound French.
I
Do
wonder
you know where your second name comes from?
what my first name or my second name.
Your second name.
Yeah, it's just from England. Let me look up pneu.
One,
So
two.
I know why it's coming up as pneu
Why is that?
because that means tire in French.
Ah, okay, okay. Right.
I should have seen that coming.
Hang on a minute. We may be on something here.
What?
This person says it evolved from the old French word fiche, no, which meant an iron point. As such, the word came to England with the Norman invasion of 1066.
Oh, so I am.
So patin comes from an old French word.
There you go.
There you
Oui,
are.
oui. My petit croissant.
What's the bottom line to the pasta then? How what are we saying? What was your point again? What was your question? Am I convinced? Oh yeah, am I convinced the taste the same?
Yep. I'm gonna say I am convinced they taste the same. I'd need to do a taste test of all of them.
And where did this come from? Were you eating pasta, or did you see something that said that it did, or what?
No, yeah, I saw something that said that they all tasted differently, and I was like, do they though? I don't understand how linguine, which is just fatter spaghetti, is supposed to taste different from spaghetti.
Well, yeah, I feel that's going to have to be a test that we'll always have to do at home
Okay.
because um, I don't think we'll get a right answer for that.
No.
Pasta, I always struggle to bring pasta to the correct what's the right word I'm looking for? Texture. Do you know if you leave it in too long, it gets just too soggy,
Oh, yes, yes,
and
yes.
then if you don't do enough, it's just a wee bit chewy, a wee bit hard. I struggle with that, especially I really struggle with spaghetti actually.
I think, see, I don't want to start putting false facts out there or anything.
Mhm.
But I think I heard that, I don't know if it was something that you like put your fork into pasta whenever it's in the water, and if you take it out and it falls off the fork, then it's ready. I
Right.
honestly don't quote me on that though, because I think I might have heard something along those lines like 10 years ago.
The other thing I heard about pasta is, especially with spaghetti, if you use a, no, this is where I'm going to get it wrong. It's either a 1p or a two. I feel like it was a 1p coin. And if you get the coin and you get the right amount of spaghetti that fills the coin, that's enough for one person.
Oh, that's actually very useful.
Now it's not useful because I don't know if it's 1p or 2p. So
Yeah, those
um,
are two very different
there's a
sets.
bit of a difference. Yeah, yeah. I do feel it's 1p because again, portions. It's just you put it in the pot and then it just multiplies.
It honestly does. It's quite scary.
Um, Here's one for you. I seen a video of it was a person's Ring camera, and this girl was running up to their house, and she said that she was pregnant and she was dying to go to the toilet. So could they let her in? And they were in the house, but they answered with the Ring camera, and they said they weren't going to let her in.
Okay.
Um, and then she left and so on. Then I was reading the comments about it, and they said it was because of they've heard of so many different stories of people trying to get into your house, and apparently that was one of them. Like someone begging to use the toilet just for you to open your door, and there's people waiting to get into your house. You know, and then there's another one. You always see this one on Facebook about a pram being left at the side of the road, or there's someone who is like standing at the side of the road with the pram, and you're not meant to stop for them because there's other people hiding in the bush. Have you not seen this? Like this post on Facebook where there's other people standing in the bush ready to jump out as soon as you stop. You're thinking you're being a good citizen.
This has had a very drastic turn from pasta.
Have you not seen that story?
Whoa, never seen
Jump
it
out.
before. No.
It's just I think it's just because you can't trust anyone these days. But that whole thing of someone coming up to your house begging to use the toilet. First of all, would you let them in if
No.
they were begging to go to the toilet? No. Okay. And if you were on the other receiving end, would you run to someone's house and ask to use the toilet?
No. I wouldn't. I couldn't.
Even when it was dire, like you need to.
I don't think I could.
Because I want to show you this story that apparently there is a law in Scotland that is still in operation, I think, where you have to let a stranger use your toilet
Oh,
if they're begging to go.
didn't know this.
Now, again, this was in 2020. This article, so I don't know if it's still the case. Um, because there's like all these like weird rules about like keys of like getting keys of a town or something. You can like is it you can bring sheep through the town or something stupid. You know what you can You can get it. Let me get this right. If you get like a key to the city, you can walk. I want to say you can walk a flock of sheep through the city because you get free reign of the city.
That is. Why have I never heard these things before?
I'll have to check. I'll have to double check that one just to say that's right. Under Scots law, if a stranger asks to use your toilet, you're legally obliged to let them. It comes from an extension of the old Scottish common law requiring hospitality to be shown to all guests, and while it has been never formally authorised by Parliament, it is enforceable.
I never knew that.
Because I always had the feeling, and like I was kind of aware that Scottish people were very hospitality conscious. Like they were always welcoming to people.
I mean, I can't say the last time I was in Scotland to
Right. Okay.
agree or disagree with your point.
Okay. Right. But I didn't think it went as far as you're
Yeah,
obliged to let to let a stranger use your toilet.
yeah. Would you?
Would I use the toilet
No, would you let a stranger use your toilet
if my house was tidy?
what?
If my house was tidy and
Wait,
I didn't have a face mask on, they can come in.
seriously?
You're welcome.
That's diabolical, that.
But you have to know that when you come through the door, you're on Ring camera. So if anything happens, you're on camera.
I could just imagine you opening the door to this desperate woman asking to use your bathroom. You turning around, seeing that the place is dirty, and being like, nah,
Yeah.
that's not gonna happen.
Remember I was saying ages ago about me like being at the till at the shop and buying items? Like I
Yeah.
just buy them. But the same thing, I feel awkward. I couldn't say no if
Mhm.
they were in front of you and they said, "Can I use the toilet?" Because I kind
Yeah.
of think, "Well, what if I was in that situation and
Mhm.
I wasn't?" But then, I guess it's a different story. A stranger knocking your door. I mean, if they're already in your house and they're maybe doing work and so on. But yeah, I'm not sure. I've never experienced it. So, but again, I'll probably be too awkward in the moment to even know what my reply would be.
She's just the door just closes on their face.
Yeah, yeah. Or point them to the nearest public toilets.
Yeah.
Some of the other weird laws, according to the Licensing Act 1872, it's an offence in Scotland to be drunk while in charge of a cow, horse, carriage, or steam engine, or while in the possession of a loaded firearm. Well, that's obvious. No. Actually, firearm itself is a anyway. If found guilty, you can be jailed for up to 51 weeks.
Oh,
So if you're a farmer, does that mean you can't get drunk then while you're out working?
looks like it.
Under Scots law, it is illegal for a boy under the age of 10 to see a naked mannequin. It's
Oh,
unclear who would be liable if it should happen, the parents, the shop, or the boy, but no one has ever been charged under the offence. Isn't that strange?
that is very strange. Not even. Why just a boy?
I know. What happened to make that a law?
Ah, well, that's the question you need to be
Mm-hmm.
asking.
But it's weird there's things that exist. And let me, just before we move on from that talk, let me just confirm key of the city sheep. Freedom of the city, number of different rights traditionally, the right to drive sheep and cattle over London Bridge.
Oh, I'd love to see that happen.
I think you have the right to drive sheep and cattle through the streets and something. Yeah, that's what I mean. So through whatever city that it is for, you're allowed to sheep or cattle up the street, up the main street.
I need to see this happen.
Do you know a weird moment, a weird thing that I had with? I've got two weird moments that happened with cows. Right.
Okay.
One was my uncle has a farm, and I used to kind of do Saturday work at it when I was younger, when I was a teenager.
Mhm.
I had to then. There was a cow they were bringing from the fields into the milking parlor, and there was one that got a bit astray. Probably my fault because I was only a wee boy, and my wee arms didn't reach as long, and I was trying to like stretch out to make it. Anyway, got past me. I then didn't know what to do, so I ran after the cow,
That's
and
a good idea.
I was surprised at how fast a cow can run.
Can they run fast?
I couldn't catch up with it. I could not catch up. Now I was wearing wellies, but that I mean, I wasn't wearing the best trainers in the world. But it was so fast.
To be fair, whenever you go past a cow and it's running, it doesn't look that fast.
Yeah, but I think that's like when you're in a plane, it doesn't look that fast until
Mm-hmm.
what I'm trying to say here. You know what I mean? Until you
Yeah.
realize how, that kind of way.
Yeah, it's not
But
that fast until you realize that's fast.
yeah, yeah. So then what I had to do was that it was up the lane then by this point. So then I then realized me running towards this cow wasn't helping. So the cow had stopped, and see my brain sometimes it is on par. It is like sometimes I think I'm a genius. I then went into the field, left hand side of the cow. So imagine this: I'm going through a gate. How do
Mhm.
I explain this? So like the cow, this is the cow, and
Okay.
this is me. This is me. So the cow sees me just disappear into the field over here. I
Okay.
then go around the back of the trees and back of the bush and out the far gate to
Mhm.
then walk up and push the cow back to the driveway again.
Okay. I got you.
That was my first experience with a cow. They're faster than you think. What was the second one I was going to say? It was my first major car journey down to Dublin,
Okay.
and there's a bridge. I'm not sure where it is, but it's definitely over the border, I think. And there's a bridge that goes over the carriageway. And when I was approaching the bridge, it was a farmer bringing his cattle from one field to the other field on the other side of the carriageway. But the bridge was just filled with cows, and it was such a bizarre thing to see when you're just driving down the motorway basically, and you're seeing all these cows passing you across the bridge, like just out for a walk.
I see this. I see that so often. That's
I
just
don't. That's just like a wee city boy who has never been out of his boundary.
you get cows passing because we have the down where I live. It's the motorway going up to Belfast,
Uh-huh.
and they have made specific walkways above the motorway for the cows.
Yep.
I'm so sorry to do that to you. I know you were so excited to tell
I
that.
was so excited, and to be fair, I was going to say to be fair, but I was 18 at the time. But I was still like, it was my first major journey out in the roads, and I was just taking everything in. Hazard perception. I was like, is that a hazard? All of those cows crossing over the bridge. Um, yeah, strange, very strange.
City boys.
So there you are. Yeah, at least I was right. At least I didn't just make that up about the sheep and the cattle and so on through the street.
I would still love to see that.
Or imagine getting the freedom of the city in Belfast, and been getting a flock of sheep or cows to walk around City Hall.
Oh yes, I was going to say that I could definitely see some sheep grazing those fields around the city hall.
Yeah.
100%.
The only problem in Belfast is that you have to apply for the Parades Commission to walk on the road.
This is so random.
So imagine the application to the Parades Commission wanting to march cows and sheep around City Hall.
I mean, it could be a protest of something. It could just be for the crack. I want.
They'd probably say it'd be okay as long as you're not wearing uniforms. Before I've got one more thing, can we do Facebook memories? Have you got anything to show today?
We shall see.
Sometimes we a bit of a hit or miss, but it was great that you reliving your cold that you had about 7 years ago.
Yeah, that was weird. It's just me sharing stupid things. This post that says really amazes me how people can get GCSEs, get A levels, and go to university, then go on Facebook and share a competition in quotation marks for a free holiday to Bora Bora run by a page that was set up 18 minutes ago is like by 6 people and has a coconut as its profile picture. Switch on.
Yeah, that was all the rage. I remember.
It still is.
And to be fair, the comp. Oh yeah, like the like someone setting up like an Argos page or a Curry's page, and it's clearly not the company.
No.
Yeah,
It's like so clearly not the company.
yeah.
And like I don't want to.
There's one on TikTok actually, and because I opened my phone the other morning and I had like 20 notifications on TikTok, and I was like, "What's happened here?" Power washing getting mental. But then it was actually a TikTok account saying you have won, and it said if we commented on your post, click this link.
Ugh,
Yeah, of course.
annoying.
On this day 10 years ago, looks like Joey Essex isn't alone. As a recent survey suggests, 1 in 7 people can't tell the time using an analog clock. What was one of my Facebook statuses?
You were a fact checker back then, were you?
A what?
A fact checker?
You call me fat? On this day, 12 years ago, new Top Gear tonight.
Oh, back in the day.
Mm-hmm. And one more.
All times.
7 years ago was the first and only time that I completed Kulka Mountain. The steps, you know, the big steps that everyone was into, and it was like Enniskillen.
I have always wanted to do them.
I remember that like it was yesterday.
Seriously?
Because it took a lot of time to do. I can't remember how many hours. I remember the shins were absolutely killing me by the end of it, because it literally is just steps the whole way up the mountain. I don't know how many steps there is, but I'll find out in just a minute. But then the only thing that really annoyed me was by the time it got to the top, it was one of the most foggiest days ever. And I just thought it would, by the time you get up to the top, it would clear, you know, through the morning. Didn't clear.
No.
And I couldn't see anything. I was just looking out at cloud. So I may as well just not have been there.
Not good.
Stairway to Heaven, that's what everyone calls it.
Yeah. Is it like,
Stairway
is
to
it,
Heaven.
you know what, I'm not even going to guess because I'll probably get it wrong.
Go. A random guess. Well, hang on. Do you know the length of it first? Maybe.
That is, I'm not a mathematician. That is not going to help.
No, but I just thought it'd be funny. It could be well out.
Either 10 or 12,000.
Now, hang on. When I'm saying steps, these steps were probably 3 average steps long.
Okay.
Do you mean that? Like each step would take 3 steps to get up. Well, now it just sounds like I've went on a tiny stroll around the house. So you've bigged that up there. You'll need to conquer 450 steps.
Is that it?
What do you mean, is that it?
I thought it was like
No,
10,000.
but the height of the steps and the length of the steps. Hang on, I'm going to get the distance here as well. The walk it's only 4 miles, but it takes 3.5 hours.
Oh, that's rough. 3.5 hours is a long time.
I do remember coming back, and it was getting dark, and there was people only starting to walk out, and they were having torches and all. I was like, what benefit are you going to get from this by walking up all these steps in the dark, wanting to trip up? Like
that would terrify me.
Yeah.
Doing that in the dark.
But I mean, I've seen it, like photos of it look amazing, you know, on a good day. But unfortunately, I just never got to see that. Probably never will. My final thing I wanted to say to you is that this is actually particularly related to you, right? Because I know you're a bit of a night owl.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just as well that you're not a young teenager now.
Why?
Okay. Because Instagram has revealed that its latest mindfulness feature targeted at teens, when a younger user scrolls for more than 10 minutes in the likes of Reels or direct messages, the app will suggest that they close it and go to bed if it's after a certain time. So it will nudge you and automatically appear on your account if you're a teenager, and it won't be possible to switch them off.
That would just annoy the life out of me.
Yep.
What if you're like not tired at all, or maybe you need something to kind of scroll through to help you go to sleep?
I know. I mean, they always say like screens are the worst for it. So I guess they want you to be annoyed. So you just put your foot. You're just thinking, I'm not going to scroll there. But then this is the thing though. You're going to just go on to something else.
Yeah, I'll go on to Facebook.
Yeah.
TikTok.
So, but imagine this is the way it's going. Imagine it will just be it'll be your phone that has that on it. Like no matter what you go on.
Nah, I couldn't do it.
Grim. I would hate to be grown up now.
I will say I am on my phone too much. But I don't want an app to take that right away from me.
I know.
You know,
it's your choice. If you're
I tell you what would be really, really bad. Is if the likes of Netflix, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime all did that, I'd be screwed.
Yep.
Considering I was up to like 3 a.m. last night just watching a new season of my favorite series.
And Netflix almost do that with the "Are you still watching?"
Yes, they do, and I'm like, yes, I am.
Yeah.
Go away, leave me in peace.
Talking about your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Can you go on your screen time and we'll compare screen times?
Oh, that's not a good idea.
Now, If I'm right, it shows you a week, doesn't it? It doesn't show you a day. It shows you like the average from last week and so on. I always get the notification. It's always on like a Monday morning. You get the notification about the previous week.
Yeah, do you want to do week or are we doing day?
Okay, first of all, what's your daily average? The first one that pops up.
3 hours and 17 minutes.
My God. At 1 hour 31.
I have TikTok for 48 minutes.
Hang on a minute.
What?
Something bad has happened, and I scrolled up and it refreshed, and it's just put a load of figures that were completely wrong. My daily average is 4 hours and 42. How did that happen? Just by me refreshing that?
So you're worse than me.
I don't know what happened. I don't know where the other figure came from. 4 hours 42, and it says that was down 64 from last week. How do you get to yesterday? Scroll across. Oh my God. What's your hours for yesterday?
That just shows me I am on my phone too much.
Put it up to the screen.
What?
Put it up to the camera. Okay, we'll both put ours up to the camera
Okay.
at the same time.
Okay.
And this is for yesterday's screen time.
Yeah. 3, 2,
3,
1.
2, 1. Oh my! I'm not allowed to swear in this podcast, but what have you been doing?
No, you know what? Yesterday was my first day off in
Hang on. For people who are listening to that, let me just confirm the figure that I just seen on the screen. Over 7 hours.
7 hours and 32 minutes. Now, please remember, I do not get very many days off. Yesterday, I just lay in my bed, watched TikTok, and I had a great time.
You're digging. But to be fair, I'm not too far. I mean, I'm 5 hours 52 minutes. But I just feel that that extra hour and a bit is just the borderline, you know.
That was bad.
What do you think? Okay, to end this podcast, then, what do you think that the recommended screen time is?
They're probably, you know what? They're probably saying about 15 minutes a day.
Babies, none. Not dating. Toddlers, 18 to 24 months, under an hour. Children, 2 to 5 years, not to 3 hours a day. Kids and teens, 2 hours a day. Adults and teens, 2 to 4 hours.
How can children 2 to 5 years old have more screen time than 6 to 17-year-olds?
That's very true. I didn't even see that. 1 hour or less each weekday and up to 3 hours each weekend day. To be fair, and being in that age bracket now, where Madison is 2, I get it.
To be fair, I do kind of get it as well. Do you have that? Was it Rachel?
Miss Rachel. Yep.
You
We
said-
see on the next episode we'll deep dive into the YouTube sensations that are around now for kids,
Yes,
because it's something that I am very passionate about.
Same with my brother and my sister-in-law.
It went that far that for the previous Christmas I had to buy the wee Herbie puppet, the wee orange puppet she has.
Yeah.
I'll bring him on the next podcast.
Well, he can be the mascot.
Yeah. Unbelievable. That's another story altogether. But for 2 to 4 hours, then we're both well over our recommended screen time.
Yeah, I think it's not going to stop me staring at my phone.
I know.
Just to be completely honest.
Yeah. But as that little graph said there, it's all about vision.
Yep.
That's why we need to wear glasses.
And that's where my glasses are going, right there.
Yeah. And do you know where your glasses are most helpful? On top of your head.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for just subscribing if you have just subscribed.
Don't forget to follow on the socials.
And if you do want to watch the video version, hit us up on YouTube. Just search Are We Convinced Podcast. Did you know you can ask your smart speaker to play this podcast and it does?
I didn't know that.
How insane is that?
We're going up in the world.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
It's very impressive, and it's because people are just lazy now and they don't want to click links and they don't want to. They just want to shout things at the speaker.
100%.
So there you are. If you haven't done that yet, Do it.
Oh, I just remembered something.
What?
So, this a quick wee story. I had my AirPods in at work,
Uh-huh.
and I was in the freezer, and my AirPods were talking to me, and said something that was fine. Then I had something on the list of things to get, and I speak to myself sometimes. I'm not crazy, but sometimes it gets a little lonely in there. And I said teriyaki skewers, and I was looking for them. Next thing you know,
Yeah.
I hear this man in my ear. This is what I found on the web for teriyaki skewers, and I was like, I'm not talking to you. If I wanted to talk to you, I would say,
Yep.
do you not see? Anytime I say hey Siri, nothing ever happens.
Oh my! Mine went
Right.
off. Mine went off as well.
See, that worked on my computer, but it didn't work on my phone.
Yeah, yeah. But then the moments where you don't want to listen in.
Sorry, that just
Oh, everything is just. How long are you allowed to stay in the freezer for?
you're
That's what.
supposed to have a break every 20 to 30 minutes.
For someone who hates being cold, I don't think that's the part of the job that you should be doing.
I know. I know it's but you see whenever you're in there and you just have your earphones in and you're listening to music, it's so
That
easy.
sounds like a grim way to die.
It's not that bad. It's like the thought of it is it will I hate the thought of it, but as soon as I have my earphones in, I'm like, this is great.
My thing would be like, what if you can't get out?
Well, see, there have been a couple of TikToks on my phone of people not being able to get out of freezers, and it has freaked me out.
So you're not selling it to me. No, I think we'll leave it there before we get anywhere deeper, because
Sounds good.
I have another fear that's been unlocked, but I'm gonna make a wee note of that and speak about that for next week, because again that came up on my TikTok. So yeah. Okay. Well, until next time, I'll
Yeah.
see you next week.